Stop just doing your job. I know that's going to sound strange to you, like I'm trying to tell you don't work or to be lazy or something. No, I'm explaining to you the harsh truth that they don't want y'all to know about. So let me know if y'all ever been in a situation before, like y'all was a stand-up work employee. Y'all showed up to work every day. Y'all was always on the overtime desired list. Y'all had job assignments. Y'all got done sooner than expected. So in reality, what I'm trying to tell y'all is that no matter what you do at that job, they're gonna ask you to do more work. So let me know how many of y'all been in that situation. Y'all got done. Y'all did y'all job on time. Y'all did it sooner than the time they expected you to be done. And then when it's all said and done, the supervisor comes over. He give you more work to do. Then you looking at the supervisor like, what's going on here? That's not what I expected. But you was just doing your job. So that's why I'm going to use that term. Just doing your job is never enough. So in reality, I'm going to discuss a situation to you that I saw. I saw this video on Facebook. It was this guy. He was the repo man, right? He was coming to repossess a car. It was at this apartment complex. He was talking to like a innocent pedestrian just watching the scene. He was telling her about people weren't paying their bills, their car notes, so he'd come repo their car, right? Then she told him like, I pay my bills. But he wasn't coming to repo her car. He was coming to repo somebody else's car. So when he was getting ready to have his equipment all set and ready to repossess this car, the person car who he was repossessing had came out the apartment complex. And then once the guy came out the apartment complex, he looked at the guy. Let me know if I'm tripping or not, because what I saw, it seemed like he looked at the guy to me. Some people may think he didn't look at the guy, but I clearly seen that he looked at the guy. That's what I saw to me. So once he saw the guy got in his car because he saw him about to repossess his car. So you know what the guy did, the repo guy? So once he saw the guy get in the car, he went to try to hook the car from under the car, right? So when he tried to hook the car from under the car, the guy took off while he was under the car trying to hook the car to repossess it. So the guy got ran over. Then the guy was like, man, you hit my head. You hit my head. You gonna go to jail. You gonna go to jail for hitting me. But in reality, I was looking at the video like, that's where we tend to lack at. Because just doing your job is never enough. So that's why I'm going to tell y'all. So if you have a job where your safety is at risk and situations come across you like that, come upon you like that, and it's not safe, don't do your job. Because it's never going to be enough anyway. And they're going to look at you like you a fool. Because some people may debate, well, maybe he never saw him, or maybe he didn't expect for the guy to take off while he was trying to repossess his car. But you don't know what somebody is going to do. So that's why you don't never assume or expect something. You only know what you're going to do. So in reality, what I try to tell y'all is that sometimes you got to choose human logic and humanity over just doing your job. We get caught up in stuff like that because doing your job is never enough. So that's why I'm going to have to explain to y'all. Because even if he saw the guy, maybe he was planning on suing the guy or suing the company. But let me talk to you about that. What if he never lived to sue the company? So in reality, don't ever do that. So I'm not judging him, but in my opinion, I would have never got under that car because I see somebody in it. You think I'm about to get under a car and somebody can run me over and hurt me or kill me? A lot of people don't know that. So when you try to run somebody over with your car, you can use any type of force you want to defend yourself. A lot of people don't know that because think about it. If somebody trying to run you over with their car is being used as a weapon. So it'll be justifiable in court, no matter how you defend yourself. Because you can't just run people over with your car. That's not the way, okay? Just because you got a car, I don't think you can run everybody over. Some people think they can run people over and don't suffer the consequences. You can't do that. That's a good situation that I wanted to describe to you, because we don't pick human logic over doing our job. So let me explain to you about another situation like the Lil Wayne situation. Some of you may know Lil Wayne, some of you may not. But let me discuss this logic that Lil Wayne explained in his documentary. When he was a kid, he was 11 or 12. I don't know how old he was, but he said he tried to attempt to commit suicide on his life. For y'all who's feeling like that, I want to tell y'all that's never the answer to go, because you can't go back. That's not the way. Stay strong. But let me get back to the story. He said he found his mother's gun and he took it out and hurt himself. It was close to his heart. So I guess Bob was part of the firefighter team or part of the police. I forgot what team Bob was a part of. Excuse me if I don't remember, because it's been a while. But Bob is the one who saved Lil Wayne's life. He showed up at the scene and Lil Wayne was bleeding a lot. And this may be graphic when I'm telling y'all, but this is to help y'all gain some human logic. He was bleeding a lot at the scene. They called the ambulance. The ambulance was taking too long to show up. You know what Bob did? Bob said, "We have a kid that's laying on the floor bleeding. We're not finna wait for no ambulance to show up. We about to just take him to the hospital ourselves." And you know Lil Wayne gives him credit all the time and said he chose human logic and humanity over just doing his job. And that's what I want y'all to stop getting caught up in, because y'all thinking that these jobs is going to be over for you if you get fired, or say if you say, well, the child was bleeding so much they didn't want to touch him, because if they touched the child and pick him up, he could have bled, or if they moved him the wrong way, he didn't survive. So let me explain that logic. As a parent, if your child wanted to do something like that, if somebody came to their rescue and he was just bleeding like that, I wouldn't want you to try something and he didn't make it, then you don't try nothing at all and he didn't make it. So you have to change your mindset. So in reality, is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Sometimes y'all just be doing your job. And if it's not safe, don't just be doing your job. If it's not safe, don't go. So let me explain to you about another situation some of y'all may have been dealing with or may be relatable to y'all. Say if y'all been working at this shift and it's been a snow day and they want y'all to show up to work, but it's bad out there. It's a bad storm. It's a blizzard. All types of things out there. But you're still supposed to show up to work that day. What I want y'all to do, if it's something that serious where y'all safety is in jeopardy, don't show up. Now, they may have a meeting about it. Like, why y'all didn't show up at work? Y'all just don't want to work. I showed up to work when I was younger. They may give y'all some lectures because they mad about it. So at the end of the day, if you tried to show up to your job and you get into a car accident or anything, God forbid, has happened, they're not going to cover your car. Your job is not going to cover your car. So if it's not safe to go out there, don't go out there. Use human logic over just doing your job, because just doing your job is never enough. So that's what I'm trying to explain to y'all. It's never enough. And then, to top it off, let me explain to you about that. The car that you paying a note on, that the note may be too high, and then you can't really cover it on your job because you got to work overtime to pay that car note. So it's not worth it. So that's what keeps us victim to these employment systems, because it's a trap. It's a never-ending cycle. It's like it's going around in a circle. So in reality, don't choose your safety and your human logic over just doing your job. So stop just doing your job. And that's what I want to tell y'all. This video is valuable to y'all because don't no company want to hear about no OSHA safety hazards or anything that's not safe. So think about it. All they gonna do is try to run that game. Well, you got into an accident before you was on our company property, so we're not responsible. All right. So you got to start putting your personal life in with your work life. If it's not in your best interest for you to do that personally to accommodate your job life, and if they don't understand that, that's on them. So that's why I be wanting y'all to stop just doing your job. Because just doing your job and not choosing humanity over doing your job is never going to be enough. So you have to do what's right. So that's why I always tell people, take matters into their own hands. And a lot of people, let me know if y'all accustomed to this. You could tell people take matters into their own hands and they'll still look at you like they don't know what you're talking about. Because they so scared of taking matters into their own hands. Stop being worried about what the job gonna do. So if your safety is more important, tell them I said it. Forget that job. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, what's the job gonna do if you're not alive or you hurt to even get paid from the job? So that's what I want to tell y'all. We need to start focusing more on our health, our well-being, our mental health, all that type of stuff. Because you come first. I don't care what the job say. You come first. In reality, you know you better than any job can tell you. And there's always another job out there. So what you scared of not finding another job? You'll get another job. You just got to change your mindset then. We so caught up on what if somebody fired me. You can't control that. If they fire you, tell them fire you again. You feel me? You can't control that. Get another job. Because somebody should be more understanding. If don't nobody be understanding about you, you know what you need to do. Create your own way. God made you for a purpose. And you great. And you just got to know you great. Once you know you great, you're going to find your way. Because you was great enough to find that way. But let's get back to some video value. Some real lessons I'm trying to tell y'all. And let me tell you about another situation. This is my last situation. Now, how many of y'all are a fan of basketball? I'm a fan of basketball. I'm about to talk about the Kobe Bryant situation. RIP to Kobe, one of the best basketball players ever. Let me tell you, I always think about that Kobe situation on how I went, even though I wasn't there. But the news reported that it was a no-fly zone that day, and he was just taking his daughters to practice. And what I didn't know about Kobe is that I didn't know he flew a helicopter all the time, because when the news happened, the devastating news happened, I was like, what? It don't even sound real. Kobe was killed in a helicopter crash? Like, what was he doing in the helicopter? Y'all was probably thinking the same thing like me. But I started learning that he used to drive a helicopter every day. So I'm the type of person that like to put two and two together. I don't know how I do it, but I'm good at putting two and two together. I can watch a TV show and know what's going to happen because I can put two and two together. I'm not like the average person. So when I heard the situation that he was flying that helicopter, he was taking his daughters to practice, I said, knowing Kobe probably told him, if you don't fly this helicopter, you ain't going to never work in this town again. And the pilot probably was like, well, Kobe's probably right. If I don't fly this helicopter, what else chance I'm going to have again? You got to stop thinking like that. As the pilot, you got to tell Kobe, like, it's a no-fly zone, bro. I'm not flying this helicopter. My life is at risk, and all these other passengers in your life is at risk. Kobe might take it like, damn, man, you tripped on me. But at the end of the day, somebody tell you some real information. Stop thinking like they doing that to get down on you or to joe you. They're not doing that to joe you. They tell you some real constructive criticism. You got to sometimes open up and tell it like it is. If I was the pilot, I would have told him, like, I'm not doing it. It's a no-fly zone. But a lot of us are scared to speak up and say stuff like that because we just doing our job. And I don't want y'all to ever feel like that. Even supervisors. If y'all got a supervisor that's on y'all back all the time, but they told y'all to supervise y'all team, y'all need to tell y'all supervisors, like, okay, what's the reason you made me the supervisor for? If you finna micromanage me, I could put on my coat and go home. And you could supervise my team on your own then. You need to be able to tell your bosses that. Because at the end of the day, some people don't got human logic. And that's my take on that situation. Start using human logic over just doing your job. Because just doing your job is what? Never enough. It's always going to be something. It's always going to be something. And that's my take on the situation. So, how many of you guys out there watch comedy? Let me know what's your favorite comedian. Who's the greatest comedian of all time? My answer is Chris Tucker is the greatest comedian of all time. I don't care what nobody say. I want y'all to put y'all comments below, and I want y'all to put y'all comments if y'all ever experienced this topic before. And that's my take on it. Peace. See you in the next one.